אתה נוסע ומשתתף בכל הוועידות וקונגרסים ואספות למיניהם בעולם, ופגש אנשים מהמלכים ועד האנשים הפשוטים בכל הארצות. האם מודעות, כמו שהתחלת להגיד בהתחלה, שהם מתחילים להיות מודעים לקטסטרופה שעומדת לפנינו, האם המודעות שלהם היא מגיעה לכיוון הזה שצריכים לשנות טבע האדם, או רק לתקן על ידי טכנולוגיה הפגם שלנו בטבע?
Well, I can't say that very many people recognize the depths of change that is required, but many people are willing to change and are beginning to change. And I think it comes because wisdom has to grow also. So as people are beginning to change, perhaps they'll see that they have to go further. Not long ago, I participated at a conference on surveying what we call the culture of creatives. That's a new culture. They're trying to live responsibly. And it turns out that there are many more people worldwide. There may be 1/4 of the adult population in America already is trying to live in a more responsible way. Over 1/3 of the Italian population, as we just found out in a survey they've been conducting. So it's very important to bring this just below the level of awareness, just important to bring it up to above the level of awareness, so that finally this kind of a movement can create a weight and can take off. It can spread. It needs to spread in the world.
אז שוב, אנחנו בעצם פונים למימד האמצעי באוכלוסייה, לא לאלו שנכשלים לגמרי, ולא לאלו שהם עשירים שלא אכפת להם כלום, אלא לאיזשהו 2-3 מיליארד שהם מסוגלים גם מצד אחד להקל את הבעיה, וגם מצד השני לשמוע על שינוי.
What we talk about is a critical mass. You don't know how many people have to change for it to spread, but I'm sure that the work you are doing contributing to bringing about a critical mass. I just now come back from India, where I was living with a famous Indian leader who is convinced that maybe it takes 64,000 people in different parts of the world who will create a critical mass. So we don't know, but the fact is that when people begin to think differently, begin to act differently, that has an effect on others, it spreads.
Mm-hmm. אז אנחנו בעצם צריכים, עד כמה שאני מבין, ליצור איזה ערוץ הסברה העולמי, ולהשתדל להגיע לכל אחד ואחד עם הדרכה עקבית, איטית, הדרגתית. בעצם זה מין חינוך חדש שצריכים להביא לאנושות. בעצם אתה רואה את העיקר ההשפעה לעולם שצריכה להביא לשינוי שלו. עולת המודעות על ידי ההסברה וחינוך.
Yes, absolutely. Education and information. I mean, education should be based on relevant information, but very often it is not. The problems that we are facing, individual and above all collectively, are not part of the standard curriculum in schools. They should be there already in grade schools and in high schools. They're not even there in universities. We are now trying to create another university, an alternative university called the World University, where this kind of problems and solutions will be discussed. But education is the safest way, but it's also slowest. It's relatively slow because it takes years for people to go through the system. Information and informal education, or adult education if you like, is a much faster way. So I think here, using the internet, using all the modern telecommunications technologies, to talk to people, to discuss it with them, and to help them, not so much to educate them, but to enter into a dialogue with them so that we can learn from each other. We can insert that element of wisdom that you are inserting through the Kabbalah, that I am trying to insert using this wisdom from the sciences. I think we have to insert that element and then begin a dialogue. the dialogue will develop, will spread, because the ground is ripe, the times are mature, we know that change has to occur, and therefore we must start the process.